You can actually feel the noise. A mid-engine Cayman combined with a monstrous GT3 engine is a formula Porsche said they would never make. Final answer, and they were not bluffing. And yet, what do we have waiting for us today inside Porsche Centre Chester? It couldn't be that no bluffing, unmakeable monster, could it? Known as the new Porsche GT4 RS. Oh yes it is. Shall we? And coming up, we're gonna feel the noise of not just one but two epic cars revved up to the max just for fun. That's right, it's back to back with the GT3 Plus. I try speaking in cars loud enough to overwhelm an AC/DC concert, and then we decide which one outrages the most. But firstly, where is that GT4 RS?
Morning Roger, the GT4 RS is over there having its PPF fitted.
So here it is, I found it, the Porsche GT4 RS. Less a few bits at the moment, but why is that? Well, we find ourselves at a SETI Performance where it's having paint protection film fitted. Not heard of a SETI? Well, a SETI is the Northwest's leading installer of paint protection film and tuning parts. So, I think we better get the wheels on before we take this one for a drive, don't you? So the RS is prepared for action, but how should we prepare to drive the unmakeable car? A car that experts say is the most hardcore, powerful, track-hungry Cayman ever to come out of Stuttgart. A car so close in form to the Porsche 992 GT3, you have to ask, why did they actually do it? Was it just those amazing engine-making guys finally letting their hair down and having a big party before being, well, asked to leave? An engine they made to make noise like this. And to do this. That's genuine wow factor right there. So let's park up, let's wait and see if a convenient 992 GT3 comes along to join us, and let's take a good look at this new GT Porsche. Starting with the way this RS makes the regular GT4 look decidedly pared back, with air intakes sitting atop the bonnet which are there just to send cool air to the brakes without disrupting drag. A four-way adjustable front diffuser increases front downforce, underbody deflectors improve rear downforce, and slatted wheel arches prevent lift on the front axle. The list of aero addenda is long and is comprehensive. Nothing on the list, however, is quite so immediately noticeable as this impressive swan neck rear wing, first seen on the 992 GT3. Its presence alone indicates the intentions of the GT4 RS. Looking deeper, we find our car has been enhanced with the optional and expensive Y-Sack pack, which adds even more race car goodies, like these magnesium wheels which save a substantial 11 kilos of unsprung mass, carbon fibre bonnet, titanium exhaust end pipes, and a litany of other carbon fibre parts. Oh, and inside the cockpit, Racetech fabric covers everything. There are of course carbon bucket seats, more carbon trim, a fire extinguisher and cloth door pulls. The more you look around, the more obsessive weight savings you will see. And we just have to talk about that masterpiece of a 4-litre naturally aspirated flat six engine that, up to now, was only found in the 992 GT3. You see, somehow they've inserted it into the Cayman, just behind the seats, kept the power almost exactly the same and made it even louder. That's 493 brake horsepower and 9,000 RPM. Now, the GT4 RS doesn't get the double wishbone front suspension setup from a 911 GT3, but anecdotal evidence suggests there's a strong argument that the Cayman manages just fine without it. And so I think that's enough gawping at our road legal race car for now, because I think it's time we twist that key. so the benchmark 0 to 60 sprint flashes up in just 3.2 seconds. 0 to 120 miles per hour is dispatched in 10.9 seconds, and the RS goes on to a barely believable 196 miles per hour. It's the sheer noise that steals the show. Air intakes replace the two side rear windows and channel air straight into the central air box, meaning the car's occupants enjoy the full spectrum of awe-inspiring intake sound delivered directly into their ears.
The noise. This car is all about the noise.
That's the noise to cause sound gathering attenuation to the overwhelmed.
So what do I mean by that?
I mean, our microphone is overwhelmed by the induction roar, making speaking almost untenable. Now, make no mistake, the 992 GT3 is also a loud car. Yeah, I don't recall the 911 being as loud as this GT4 RS. And so, perhaps we should just compare.
So why don't we try this very same road in a car with the very same engine, the 992 GT3. Let's just switch over to that. So we're out of the GT4 RS and into the GT3, as you can see, and there's plenty of oral drama here as well, but not as much as the GT4 RS. So let's do the same thing in the GT3, shall we? So let's just jump back into the GT4 RS, shall we?
The GT3 has a more serious tone with slightly less volume than the GT4 RS. Surprising when you consider they both have the same engines. So here we have the first verdict. For in-cabin excitement, it's hard for the 911 GT3 to compete with this 718 Cayman's rock concert ear-bashing. On the road, driving behaviour being good or bad, the 992 GT3 is the more comfortable and more civilised car than the GT4 RS. The GT3 has the more active steering, darting around with the tiniest of hand inputs. The GT4 RS has the more traditional steering feel and the slightly better balance. And the word slightly is key here because these two mega road cars are so close to one another. The differences are tiny. They both fulfill the assignment to a high point which other manufacturers can only dream of attaining. Both cars have lightning throttle response, nerve-searing high revs, and both are equipped with the mesmerisingly good PDK gearbox, which fires up and down the ratios seamlessly. GT3s, of course, offer the option of a manual box, where the GT4 RS does not. Both cars are easy to handle, both are totally planted to the road, the GT3 being more planted than the GT4 RS when launching off the line on a cold Welsh road. The mid-engine car lighting up the rear tyres for just a second, causing involuntary twitching of the car and driver alike. If there is one subject on which there is no debate, it is the price. The GT4 RS has a base price of £113,700, while the Porsche 992 GT3 is £135,700, a substantial £22,000 gap, albeit excluding the many optional extras Porsche offers to tempt buyers with. And so you pay your money and you take your choice. If you are a 911 type of person, the GT3 wins this comparison, while if you prefer your ultimate road car diet served up in a Cayman body style, together with a useful hatchback, take the GT4 RS. So this is a Cayman which many Porsche fans did once wonder how a no-holds-barred RS version would look and drive like, and As the end of the internal combustion engine sports car loomed closer, it seemed unlikely they would never find out. Well, I say we should applaud Porsche because they have just gone and thrown everything they have at the 718 Cayman. And I, for one, am so glad they did, because what we have here is a magical machine full of theatre, excitement and that noise. A machine that, just like the 992 GT3, is not just a supreme track car, but is also a car well suited for use on the road. That it lapped the Nürburgring in 7 minutes 9 seconds is a fact that, for the first time in an RS badged car, no one should really care about. See, the GT4 RS is a celebration of more than mere lap times, and instead offers a thrilling alternative take on the exclusive otherworldly sports car ingredients that up to now only the 911 in its various GT variations has had us coveting and lusting after. But no more, because now if you can get yourself one, we have a choice. You can now have your ultimate driving thrills served up to you in a Porsche Cayman. That is the unbelievable, the amazing, the inimitable GT4 RS. Does the world really need a car like this when we already have the hardcore GT3? Well, yes, and I for one am so glad it exists. We're living during a time of the internal combustion engine's demise, with the all-electric Cayman on the horizon, and you can tell Porsche wants to build these types of cars while it still can. These monuments to what's possible when you mix extraordinary engineering infused with serious purpose and serious fun. And Porsche isn't limiting the numbers of the GT4 RS, just the amount of time there's left to build them. So get in there while you still can. Believe the hype, because this one is likely to go down as one of the all-time greats. So, thank you so much for watching. If you've liked this video, please feel free to click the like button and subscribe if you haven't already. And comments are always welcomed. I read every single one and I'll reply to most. And if you hit this little notification bell, you'll know when I've uploaded the next video.